Welcome to Hoardganize with professional organizer Rachel Seavey. Every Sunday at 6 p.m., Rachel shares her expertise and compassionate approach to help you deal with overwhelming clutter. Rachel?
Hey, collectors! Welcome to the Hoardganize Podcast. I'm your host, professional organizer Rachel Seavey, and this episode is all about your personal tipping point. By the tipping point, I mean where you've had enough with your clutter and you're willing to make a change. Not where you're just thinking about making a change, but when you're 100% ready and sure in your mind and in your heart that you want to make a change. A lot of you are not at your tipping point yet. Have you ever been in a friendship where you feel like you're doing all of the giving and the other person is doing nothing but taking, and then you finally reach that point where you just can't do it anymore? What was that tipping point? Think of a time when you were absolutely fed up with something or someone. What made you take action? What was that straw that broke the camel's back? Now, a lot of you are in the state of ambivalence when it comes to your clutter. And I talk about ambivalence a lot. It's, on one hand, you want to be organized, but on the other hand, you're afraid to let go or afraid that you're going to fail in the future. So you're stuck. You don't move forward. You just keep churning. Ambivalence is a state of having mixed feelings or contradictory ideas about something or someone. Where are you with your clutter? Is today the last day ever that you're going to live in a mess and to live in shame? Can you bear it any longer? How much longer can you bear it? If you've ever been a smoker in your life and then you quit for good and you never went back to smoking again, what was that reason that made you finally just stop smoking and you were completely fed up? Did you get health concerns or were you in poor health? Was the cost of smoking getting too expensive? Were people commenting about the smell of the cigarette smoke? Was it all of the above? What was that moment where you said, "That's it, I am never smoking again"? What was it that pushed you over the edge? Today, I'm inviting you to think about your tipping point when it comes to clutter. The straw that breaks the camel's back. This is when you're so certain that you're fed up with clutter and you no longer want it in your life anymore. You don't want casual dating, no phone calls, no holiday dinners. You want it out of your life forever. When do you think you'll be finally so sick of living in clutter that you decide to get organized and stay organized? When will you decide to no longer bring things into your home that you don't need or don't use or already have multiples of? When do you decide you have enough scissors and you walk past the scissors at Target? Are you close to that point? Is ambivalence holding you back? Again, ambivalence is a state of having mixed feelings or contradictory ideas about something or someone. So part of you really wants to be organized. You love the idea, but there's another part of you that's just too afraid to get started, or perhaps you lack confidence and you don't think that you can actually get it done. What is it that's keeping you from moving forward? When does the comfy nest of clutter become a complete burden that you want out of your life? Will it be once you face eviction? When you have a note on your front door and you find out that you're being sued by your landlord and they're hiring a company like mine to help you clear out? Will it be when you have no idea if you're going to be homeless or able to find a new place? Will it be after your partner has left you because they can no longer deal with the clutter? Because they've reached their tipping point with your clutter before you have? What's going to be that point that pushes you over the edge of no return? What's it going to take, collectors, for you to take 100% in every cell in your body and say, I am done. I'm done with the clutter. I'm done with the acquiring. I'm done with the saving. And I am going to get organized and stay organized. I've worked with many folks, and I recently had asked a couple of people what was their tipping point. And, a very common factor are rodents. Life was cluttered but doable until furry little rats and mice moved in. And now they're peeing and pooing all over your stuff. Mice or rats like to go for anything soft, anything munchy. And even if it isn't soft or munchy, they eat and destroy and shred everything. They don't care that your box of family photos was sitting there in the garage, because now it's their nest and they have shredded it into confetti and peed and pooed all over it and also birthed a litter in it. They don't mind using your cashmere scarf as a litter box, and they certainly don't mind helping themselves to everything in your pantry. What's it going to take? Little critters running around at night where you can hear them scratching around? How about bed bugs? Does it take getting bed bugs? Cockroaches? I've worked with people who literally have fed the rats and mice that they're living with. So that wasn't even their tipping point either. Sometimes people are looking for even more of a rock bottom to change. And that's okay if you're in that position too. Which brings me to, why does it have to be rock bottom for some of you to change? Are you at your personal rock bottom? What's it going to take for you to say, that's it, this is my personal rock bottom, I'm done with all this stuff, and I'm going to get rid of it? You can't take this stuff with you, collectors. Why are you going to let something horrible happen to you in order to be able to get organized? Why wait for complete turmoil to make major improvements in your life? What's wrong with today? What's wrong with tomorrow? Were the repercussions of your hoarding not serious enough? I know a lot of you really want to be organized, but you love your stuff so much that you can never get organized because you're constantly acquiring things and bringing things in, and then you're not allowing yourself to let things go. You're standing in your own way and you're holding yourself back. What's it going to take, collectors, for your entire being, for your soul, for your mind, your body? What's it going to take for you to be 100% on board with making major, wonderful improvements in your life? And we're not talking 99%. We're not talking 98%. Everything in your entire being is done with being cluttered and ready to change. Do you need your kids or your family members to beg and to plead? Do you need your kids to take away the rights of you seeing your grandkids until you get your place cleaned up? I've seen it all. Tell me, collectors, I care about you. What has to happen to you to light a fire under your butt so you get moving? And why does something severe have to happen to you in order for you to clean up? Do you not deserve to live in cleanliness until then? What is your personal clutter rock bottom? What's it going to take for you to come to this other side and want to live a more organized lifestyle? And you know, I am never talking about perfection. Take some time this week. This is your homework to think about how fed up you personally are with your clutter. Rate yourself from 1 to 10, with 1 being you're not fed up yet, you still really like your stuff, and you're about to go shopping now. And with 10 being that you can't bear another day to live in that mess any longer. And be honest with yourself. Are you completely fed up, or are you just a little fed up? Are you ready to clear out the clutter and start a fresh new lifestyle? Or is this going to be a continuing battle until you die and someone else has to clean you out? Think of your elderly self, your aging self, you in 20 years. What do you look like living in the clutter? Are you happy? Think of yourself as an old, weak person trying to maneuver around all that stuff, trying to stay healthy and find things and survive and all of that stuff. What is it going to take for you to make a change? Along with rating how fed up you are with your clutter, write down what severe thing has to happen. Let's get real with it, collectors. What severe thing has to happen in order for you to get organized? And be honest. I mean, do you have to get evicted or an eviction threat? Does your husband or wife have to leave you? Do your kids have to disown you? Write down what horrible thing has to happen to you in order for you to deserve to live a healthier lifestyle. I hope that the point I'm trying to make is clear, collectors. In addition, for you writing down what catastrophic thing has to happen in order for you to deserve an organized life, I'd like you to write down what's it going to take for you to get organized without something catastrophic happening. What is the quote unquote perfect time for you to get organized? Whatever you keep telling yourself is why you're being held back. Collectors, please get out of your own way and be honest. Are you really ready to get organized? Or are you only partially ready and another part of you is not ready? What's going on with you inside? Write it down, and we'll be back to talk about this next week. Collectors, if you are listening to this on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed, click that like button, and check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We are all over social media, and if you'd like to see what I'm up to during the week and on a day-to-day, follow me at Collector Care on any social media sites. Until next time, collectors, happiness is a place between too little and too much.
Do your collections create pain, depression, and anxiety? Do you find yourself adding to your possessions but never releasing anything? Rachel Seavey's Affirmations for Collectors MP3 download contains positive statements created specifically for people who are overwhelmed with their collections of items and belongings. For more information, visit collectorcare.com.
This has been Hoardganize with Rachel Seavey. New episodes are available every Sunday at 6 p.m. and also on the Collector Care YouTube channel. Download Rachel's Affirmations for Collectors on iTunes or Amazon.com, or sign up for Rachel's blog at collectorcare.com and receive 7 tips for clutter-free living. Thanks for listening.